Hello students. So after a long time, I hope so your first online assessment exam was easy, but still students, most of the students have not secured good marks. I was not happy with your marks at all. This is because you all are not reading your textbook lessons. So now you are going to have 40 marks paper. So please keep on reading your lessons from the textbook and please pay attention what teachers are doing in your online teaching. So students, without wasting any time, in your English textbook, come to your page number 23 and the name of the lesson poem is the cloth the clothesline. Now what you mean by this clothesline? See, this is the picture shown over here. Clothesline, where after washing, your clothes are kept for drying, which is hanged on the rope. So today we are going to try to understand what you mean by the poem, the clothes line. Now look in your first stanza. Hand in hand, they dance in a row, hither and thither, and to and fro. Flip, that, flop, and away they go, fluttering creatures as white as snow. Like restive horses, they caper and prank, like fairy tale witches, they widely dance. Rounded in front, but hollow behind, they shiver and skip in the merry March wind. One I saw dancing excitedly, struggling so wildly till she was free. Then leaving pegs and clothesline behind her, she flew like a bird and no one can find her. I saw her gleam like a snail sail in the sun, flipping and flopping for fun. Nobody knows where she now can be, hid in a ditch or drowned in a sea. She was my handkerchief not long ago, but still never come back to my pocket, I know. So, this is a poem which is written by Charlotte Jyoti Khul. Now, we will try to understand the meaning of this poem first and then I will explain the poem to you stanza wise. Now, in this poem, the poetess Charlotte Stan speaks about the clothes. So what she's speaking in this poem, she's speaking about the clothes, flapping and blowing on the clothesline on a windy day. Windy day means what? It was breeze. Breeze was blowing. She mentions about a handkerchief which left the pegs gleaming like a sail in the sun and no one could find her. Now what is pegs? Pegs means see, you can see this clothes. What has been kept on this clothes? A clip has been kept. That is called your pegs. The white clothes that are hung on the clothesline seem to be dancing in a careful manner. So what this poetess is comparing the clothes, she is comparing that the clothes are dancing in the wind. The close movement resembles restless horses, and that dance reminds the poetess of the wild dance of witches in fairy tales when they dance in the March wind. Now, what you mean by restive? Here the meanings are given. Restive means what? Restless, unable to remain still. Unable means you can't remain at one particular place. They keep on flying. The clothes are flying because of the breeze. The poetess saw her handkerchief flying. So what the poetess saw? The poetess saw her handkerchief which was flying. The handkerchief could now be somewhere hidden in the ditch or drowned in the sea. So what the poet is telling us, the poet is handkerchief. See here the handkerchief, how the handkerchief is moving with the breeze, and this handkerchief fell down somewhere in the ditch, and the poetess was not able to find where the handkerchief has gone. The poetess feels sad about the handkerchief, leaving her known very, very well that she won't return. And the poetess know that handkerchief is gone somewhere and she is not able to find her handkerchief back again. Now, let us try to understand the poem stanza wise. I'll read the stanza again. Hand in hand, they dance in a row, hither and thither, and to and fro. Flip, flap, flop, and away they go, fluttering creatures as white as snow. So, what this first stanza tells us? First, let us try to understand the meanings of the word. Now, over here, the first stanza tells us the poetess Chavlit Cole is talking about the clothes hanging on the clothesline. So where the clothes are hanging, the clothes are hanging on the clothesline. To her, they look as if they are holding hands. See how the clothes are looking over here, look like the clothes are holding hands with each other, standing in a row and dancing in a happily manner. She compares them to the white birds that fly in the sky. And what this pointed is comparing the clothes. She's comparing the clothes to white birds which are flying in the sky. Now let us the second stanza. Like restive horses, they caper and prank. Like fairy tale witches, they wildly dance. Rounded in front, but hollow behind. They shiver and skip in the merrily March wind. Now let us try to understand the meaning restive. What restive means? Restless, unable to remain still. Caper. What do you mean by caper? Move about in a lively manner to keep on moving and something is moving. That's caper. Then prank. Prank is what? Move or walk lightly. Fairy tale. You might be knowing what is a fairy tale. Some stories. Fairy tale, a story that is about fairies, which is a woman who is thought to have a magic power. It's called a witch. A witch means what? A woman who is thought to have magic power. And skip. Yeah, skip. Skip means what? To move along quickly in a way that is dancing. That's called skip. Now let us try to understand this stanza. Here the poet compares the clothes hanging on the clothesline to restless horses that are leaping. Leaping means the horses who are jumping. So the poetess is comparing the clothes to a horses. And galloping. Galloping means what? To go at a fast speed with happiness. As the clothes flutter on the clothesline, they form a they form a bowl. Bowl means what? A deep round dish in a bowl is named. Like shape that is round at the edges and hollow in the center. The poetess also feels that the clothes are shivering and skipping in the wind that is very happy during the month of March. So here the poet again is trying to compare the clothes with horses. The clothes which are kept for joined on the rope are moving and dancing. Now, come the third stanza. One I saw dancing excitedly, struggling so wildly till she was free. Then, leaving pegs and clothesline behind her, she flew like a bird, and on no one can find her. Now here, Here, what the poetess is telling, let us see the meaning wide, widely. Widely means what? Here it means very hard or something which is violent. Pegs, here pegs. What do you mean by pegs? Pins or clips used on the clothesline. So no, when your mother puts clothes for drying, she puts pegs on them so the clothes should not fall. Now let us try to understand what this stanza means. Without specifically stating, the poetess says that once she saw someone dancing excitedly. So the poetess is saying that she's seeing someone who dancing very happily and with great struggle. She freed herself. She freed herself means the cloth which was tied with a peg. She left from that peg, then leaving the pegs and the clothesline, she flew like a bird, so far that no one was able to follow her, and now no one can find her. So here the poetess is telling that clothes what mother had kept tied with the pegs had flew, and it flew in such a way with a strong breeze that the poetess was not able to find where that cloth has gone. Next stanza. I saw her gleam like a sail in the sun, flipping and flopping for fun. Nobody knows where she now can be, hid in a ditch or drowned in the sea. Now here, what do you mean by gleam? Gleam means what? Stream of light. Ditch. What do you mean by the word ditch? Yeah, the word ditches. Ditch, hole that has been dug in the ground. And drowned. Drown means what? To get submerged under water or to go under the water. Now let us see what this stanza means. Continuing with the suspense, the poetess compares that someone to a shining sail. The poetess tells us that she was flapping, and flopping away with happiness. Means the poetess has used the cloth was just moving. See here, some cloth is moving in the breeze, and how it was moving, flapping, and flopping. She flew away so fast that nobody knew where she went and where she could be. So a piece of cloth flew in so much speed that poetess was not knowing where the cloth suddenly disappeared. Thinking of the worst that could happen, the poet wonders she is hiding in a ditch or may have drowned in the sea. So the poetess is not able where this piece of cloth is gone, and she came to the judgment maybe that cloth is falling in the hole or maybe drowned under the sea. The last two lines. She was my handkerchief. And what was the piece of cloth? The piece of cloth was poetess handkerchief. Not long ago, but she'll never come back to my pocket. I know. And when we keep the handkerchief, we keep handkerchief in our pocket. Now, what these two lines means? It is only in the last two lines of the poet, the poetess tells us that she was talking about her handkerchief. And what the poetess was talking? The poetess was talking about her handkerchief that flew away. She is sure that it will not come back to her and it is lost forever. So what the poetess came to the conclusion, now her handkerchief is gone somewhere far with the help of the breeze and she is not able to find the handkerchief and which will not come back to her pocket again. The poetess begins the poem with a happy note. See, in the starting, the poetess is telling us in a very happy mood about the clothes. Happy note of clothes dancing on the clothesline. But she ends here. The poet is ending the poem, but she ends with a sad note on a handkerchief, flying away and never coming back again. So here the poet is not happy. She is very sad. And why she is very sad? Because her handkerchief has gone somewhere far away and she is not able to find the handkerchief back again. Again, I'll read the poem, students. Pay attention. Hand in hand, they flew in a row, hither and thither, and to and fro. Flip, flap, flop, and away they go, fluttering creatures as white as snow. Like restive horses, they caper and prance. Like fairy tale witches, they widely dance. Rounded in front, but hollow behind, they shiver and skip in the merry March wind. One I saw dancing excitedly, struggling so wildly till she was free. Then, leaving pegs and clothesline behind her, she flew like a bird, and no one can find her. I saw her gleam like a sail in the sun, flipping and flapping and flopping for fun. Nobody knows where she now can be, hide in a ditch or drowned in the sea. She was my handkerchief not long ago, but she'll never come back to my pocket, I know. And by whom the poem is written? It is written by Charlotte George Cole. So students, hope so. You have understood the poem. I will send you question answers in a WhatsApp group. You copy in your notebook. And students, please keep on reading your lessons because anything can be asked between the lessons. Thank you, students.